So, it really bothers me when people yell out the wrong name during sex. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like, for example, you, what's your name?
Jock.
Jock?
Jock, yeah, sure, whatever.
Jock, all right. So, you know when you're being intimate with somebody, and then instead of going like, oh, Jock, it just started going, help! Like that's your name, you know? I like to do that joke to see what kind of audience I'm dealing with. You guys are killing it. How you doing, Steamboat? You guys doing good? Excited for the new year? I don't know if I'm excited. I'm honestly just kind of glad that the holidays are over. I'm not a big holiday person. I feel like holidays are very like family oriented, and I'm not really that close with my family, you know? Like the closest I get is actually right around this time of year, where it's New Year's, and I like to do this little joke where somebody will call me and I'll go, "See you next year," and then I don't. Yeah, I'm a kidder like that. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know why I'm not close to them. I feel like I should be, maybe. I have a couple of theories of why I'm not. Like, I remember when I was a little kid, my mom would always get up extra early just to cut off the crust of every sandwich I would make. And as a kid, I never really knew why she did that. But now that I'm an adult, I realize that she did that because the crust is my favorite part. I don't really feel trusted, or I never really felt trusted as a kid with my family. Like, I remember when I was 12 years old, my uncle asked me if I could babysit his kid. And I just said, yes, happily, obviously, for $22 an hour. And he was just so condescending about the whole thing. Like, he was just telling me over and over again how this kid, my cousin, has this severe nut allergy, as if I don't already know. But in the spirit of conversation, I tried telling him, hey, technically, peanuts aren't nuts. Technically, they're seeds. But he wasn't listening, He just kept going on about how he needed to rush to the hospital and I wasn't allowed to babysit anymore. Sensitive is all I'm saying. My family's very sensitive. Whereas me, I don't know. I think I may have used too much of that No More Tears shampoo in the 90s, because now I can't feel anything, really. Yeah. I think the best case scenario for me would be to, like, be an uncle. Like, I feel like I'd be a good uncle. Or maybe, like, be a dad to one of those Make-A-Wish kids, right? Like, they don't last very long, right? Right? Like, they're very seasonal. Yeah. I don't know. Holidays involves going back to your hometown a lot of times, and my hometown is just wacky. Like, they're all very pro-gun. And I'm not going to go into politics here, but, I mean, personally, I don't think guns are necessary. Having said that, I do own a couple. It came up recently in conversation with one of my very liberal friends that I own a gun. She asked me why. I said protection. Her response was, "You're a grown-ass man. What's wrong with your dick that you need a gun to protect you?" So I had to explain to her that the last time I used my dick on a home intruder, I had to pay for his therapy, the cops were pissed, and now I'm on a list, so I think I'll just buy the gun. Plus, every time you go back to your hometown, you just run the risk of running into people you used to know, which, like, nobody likes that, right? People you went to high school with, like, they're all fucking idiots. Exes? Like, last holiday season, I ran into 3 consecutive exes, like I was part of some sort of fucking Matthew McConaughey Christmas movie. First ex I ran into, she has a kid now, so I'm winning. And immediately she just starts talking to me about this little failed miscarriage, and it just starts going on. Okay, I know you hear that, and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna get offended, but like, come on. She just starts going off about how, like, vaccinations aren't necessary and how no one should tell her how to raise her kids. And look, I don't have any kids, so it really doesn't matter to me. But not vaccinating your kids is really just prolonged abortion, all right? Like, that's what a pro-lifer does when he knows he fucked up. He just goes, what? I wasn't allowed to abort you, but maybe the measles will get you. Take your time, I'm really funny. Second ex I ran into, things ended badly, and that's always awkward, right? Like, I mean, I don't know, she looked at me and just walked away. And here's what happened. Like, the whole thing ended because we used to have this really close friend, and she loved him. I mean, she loved hanging out with him, and I liked him too. Like, I thought he was a good guy. But eventually I found out that he was abusive, that he was a wife beater. And I tried to explain this to her, but she didn't believe me. She just said that I was being jealous and possessive, and that made me really angry. So I decided to go over to the guy's place, look him in the eyes, and tell him, if you ever go to her house again, fucking make yourself at home, buddy. Maybe then she'll believe me. Listen, guys, I know that spousal abuse is not funny, but joking about it is, okay? So, third ex, we broke up because she said I was sexist randomly, out of the blue, uncalled for. We weren't even talking. We were watching the Wonder Woman movie. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but if you haven't, watch it. So we're watching Wonder Woman, and I made the mistake of telling her that for the longest time, I thought Wonder Woman's weakness was driving, because, you know. But no. So here I am thinking about the other Princess Diana, and she has the audacity of calling me sexist. If you're 20 years old, first of all, you shouldn't be here. Second of all, you're not going to get that joke. My girlfriend now is great, though. My girlfriend now is incredible. I mean, she's, like, we get each other, you know? We're always on the same page. We're always synced up, which is what you want in a relationship. Like, I'll give you an example. A couple days ago, she was having a horrible nightmare. And she was just dreaming that she was drowning, stranded at sea, being stung by thousands of jellyfish. And when she woke up, I was already peeing on her. That's the kind of guy I am, thoughtful. Very thoughtful. I mean, you know, I'm not up here bragging. It's not always perfect, you know? We fight sometimes, not often, but sometimes. We're actually fighting right now. Here's what happened. So a couple days after that, she calls me up. She says, we gotta talk, right? Don't know what it was about. Sounded urgent. Probably about that peeing incident. I don't know. But I start rushing over to her, and I get pulled over. Not gonna make any excuses. I was doing 60 out of 25. So the officer comes up, and he just goes, where's the fire? And I had to tell him something, right? Like, you can't just be speeding like that for no reason. So I decided to tell him that my girlfriend had just called. She's pregnant, and she said she needed to see me right away. But he didn't bite. He didn't believe me, didn't care one bit. So after that, not only did I get stuck with a $200 ticket, but as soon as I saw her, my girlfriend was pissed at me because I missed her abortion. I'm Andrhey Martinez, guys. Thank you.